Okay, so Josh has a little dumpster fire that we're going to talk about.
Yes, I have a seller. Initially started price at $795.
Okay.
Had an offer, didn't work out. We've come down since to $765,000. We've had a back and forth repair addendum with these new buyers, and my seller at this point does not want to go any lower than $765.
Okay.
So the repair addendum comes to us, and they're asking for an additional $10,000 off the purchase price.
So $40,000 off of your initial.
$40,000 off our initial. I don't know how to go back and tell my seller, hey, we have to do this now, or we risk terminating the deal, when I know that he's probably gonna be unwilling to drop price here. Because he feels like he already did, obviously. He feels like he already dropped far enough to get the deal done.
So I think my strategy is to bring it into perspective. So first we start with, what has the market done since the house was listed, Josh?
It's gone down.
The market's gone down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had anyone call on the house wanting to buy it since it's been pending, wanting to even see it?
No.
How many showings did you have before you got this offer?
Less than 6.
Yeah, and we were sweating to get that price.
Mm-hmm.
So bring that into perspective. Here's what the market's doing. The market's continually slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
The Fed just increased rates 75 basis points and said they have the fortitude, the intestinal fortitude to do it again and again and again until they can get inflation back to 2%. We're currently at about 10. So rates will continue going up, which is going to continue to push buyer demand down, which is then putting negative pressure on prices. The most money you're going to get for your house is right now. And we need to come up with a number that's going to be agreeable to you as the seller and also agreeable to the buyer. Mm-hmm. So I would probably say, hey, let's offer them a $3,000 credit and a home warranty. If you haven't already done a home warranty, we need to show some good faith. And we also need to make sure that we're representing the seller properly by speaking the truth about what the market's doing. Hey man, we're at 765 now.
Yeah.
We're at 765 now. So we have a $10,000 difference, which is just a little over 1%. We're off by 1% here. Now, if we go back on the market, I'm assuming we'll probably end up selling for about 725. And that will be after maybe 10 or 15 more mortgage payments. Mm-hmm. Right, buyers have really slowed down buying right now. Rates are in the 7s. You want a 7% interest rate when 6 months ago it was 3?
No way.
So we have to paint that picture for them. Hey, here's the market. The great news is this buyer wants to buy the house, given its faults, and it's a beautiful home. And you did a great job on the home. But right now we're $10,000 apart, and I would really hate to see you take a $50,000 hit trying to save 10, which is kind of what we're looking at, or a $30,000 hit trying to save 10. Whatever we don't know what it'll sell for, but it's not a good time to try to go back on the market. Mm-hmm. Right? That would be the third time it's back on the market. We got an accepted offer right away. This is our second. This will be the third. And so just it's the truth. And that's how you rock and roll with it. Is like, hey, here's what we're looking at. I want you to make a good decision. I think we need to give them something to move forward, but I don't think we need to give them 10.
Yeah.
But I think we need to be willing to give them 10 to get the deal done because it's in your best interest.
Yeah.
Right? Josh, you got other deals in the pipeline. Mm-hmm. It's all, like in a way of no consequence to us whether or not it closes financially. We're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. But our seller's the one that's going to get hurt if they make a bad decision here.
I agree.
So that's how you approach it. Hey, buyer's agent. I can tell you right now, 10's not going to happen. Where are we at with this transaction? Is the buyer getting cold feet? Do they even want to move forward? Or are we wasting our time? Does the buyer want the house is what you need to know. If the buyer wants the house, there's a way to move forward. If the seller wants to sell and the buyer wants to buy, we can make a deal happen. But you need to know, is the buyer just balking at this point and doesn't want to buy anymore?
Yeah.
But the buyer probably does want to buy because I assume they locked a rate 60 days ago when they were a hell of a lot lower than they are now, right? So the buyer's got some pressure too. That same house will cost that buyer more money if he terminates.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Call buyer's agent, make sure the buyer's legit and wants to buy still, and then paint the picture for the seller.